Hello, my name is Alexa Barnes, and I am a junior at Marin Catholic. For her entire career, Dr. Linda Tavaszi has served in leadership roles in healthcare organizations, working to support the less fortunate, helping community organizations succeed, and mentoring others. From her work at Marin General Hospital, where Marin's first and only cardiac surgery program opened, to her current role as CEO of Marin Community Clinics. Linda has always combined a deep caring for others, creative thinking, and a roll up your sleeves and get it done attitude to achieve things that others only talk about. Please turn your attention to the screen to watch a video of Linda's life so far. Please welcome Dr. Linda Tavaszi to the stage.
Alexa, thank you. That was so sweet. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We'll get more pictures. Thank you. Well, good evening. I have virtually everybody I've ever known in this room tonight, and coming from far away and so forth. I'm often a little unconventional. I know you find that shocking, but I want to tell you and ask you to indulge me for a moment. This is such an honor, an unexpected and unbelievable honor that I've hardly known what to say. Those of you who know me also know that's highly unusual because I can talk for days. So I want to tell you a little story, and I want us to pretend for a moment that this is the Academy Awards. That's how it feels. I've had great sympathy for the people that go up on that stage and say, how did I get here? So let me start with the Academy Awards. First, I'm so honored by this. As I said, I truly don't know much what to say, but I'll do my best. So first, I want to thank my producers. The producers were in the front of my film, which is my mother and father, Adeline and Max Mark. They were the producers. Without them, and no matter what I would have done over the years, I wouldn't be here. So that takes care of that. So I also want to thank my leading man, my beloved husband, Frank. I also want to thank our delightful and delicious son, Jim, who at 3 o'clock this afternoon came to our house and said, "Mother, 3 weeks ago I heard you needed to write a speech for this thing. I've written it for you, and here it is." It is truly the most beautiful, poignant, charming, and honor I could be receiving today. It was just great. So, with all that, I want to tell you a little bit about me, because my chances of standing here tonight and being alongside these 4 incredible women is like slim and none. So, I started in Brooklyn with a short stop in Miami, another short stop in Prattville, Alabama. Anybody ever been to Prattville, Alabama? Mm-hmm. And returning to the Bronx in New York for my adolescence. Well, adolescence in the Bronx in the 50s had very interesting meanings. Those of you who are my age or close to it will remember the Bronx was, Fort Apache, the Bronx, and there were gangs on every corner and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All very peaceful, but all very color-coded and dressed according to their gang affiliation and all that. That was my life in the Bronx. Now, high school was a significant inconvenience. It really was significant. Like you had to go every day, or so they thought. It was really a problem. And it was a particular inconvenience because, right, wrong, or indifferent, we lived, not acted in, but lived West Side Story. My first boyfriend looks exactly like Bernardo from the Sharks. I'm telling you, it's the truth. Truth. And so. But having gone to 5 elementary schools in 3 states, 3 high schools in 1 city, it was amazing that I ever had any education at all. There are 3 of my former and existing CFOs in this room. They know that the 5 elementary schools kept me from ever learning percentages or fractions. You can ask them, they'll tell you. But somehow, some way or another, my directors, who I want to thank of my movie, my directors saw and nurtured and brought about something where they trusted me with big budgets. They saw that somehow this was all going to work out, and somehow we would get, I guess, to where we are tonight, or some facsimile thereof. I have so many people to thank that I could be here till morning, but I want you to know that across all the lines, boards of directors, I worked directly and indirectly with the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors. My former CEO from Santa Clara is here tonight, having come in from across the country. My CEO from Sutter Health, when I worked at Marin General, is here, having come in from across the country. And my other CEO that was at Marin General, after the first one left, is also here. And I think they just came to see what I was going to say about them, So long about during high school, somebody, probably my father, said, so what are you going to do for a career? I said, oh, don't worry about that. I'm going to be the lone female backup singer to the Platters. There were like 2 problems, right? The Platters already had Zola Taylor, and the second problem was I couldn't sing. It was really bad. Well, passing up that career, and that didn't work out, I thought I would follow my buddy Elvis. Remember, it's 1955. I'd follow my buddy Elvis around the country. I soon learned that would cost money, which I surely didn't have. And so somebody said, you better go to school. Okay. So I went to school. And I majored in Spanish, never having a clue that Spanish would have such a huge influence in my life. Then I became a social worker, worked with the Puerto Rican community in New York. Then I met the aforementioned leading man, and we came to California, where I have just indulged in working in communities that serve the Latino communities. And that has been a blast. But my directors include boards of supervisors, many of the elected officials that were mentioned earlier, all the members of the boards of directors for whom I've worked at Marin General, Marin Community Clinic, all my colleagues in healthcare in the county, the Marin Community Foundation, the other hospitals, etc. But I'm here to tell you, I haven't got a single idea how things evolved. Alexa referred to, this program and that program. But, it all seemed like it was just doing what you're supposed to do for the community. It didn't occur to me it would end up in a night like this. But, we did bring a complete cardiovascular program to this county. We built the last of the new wings at Marin General. We did heart surgery. We took off a corner of a building and made a cancer center. And all that stuff lives. Also, we were designing the new wing, and we said, oh, God, we need a new kitchen. Okay, so we designed the new kitchen. I stayed up one night thinking, I said, you know what, we're not in the food service business, we're in the healthcare business. We damn well need a new ER instead of a new kitchen, and so that's what we built. But, it's, I honestly don't know. My fantastic friends, so many of whom are here tonight from all over the place, and, local friends and such, I have no idea how this really, really evolved, but I'll tell you what, I've had an incredible amount of fun. I've loved every minute of it. I've had 5 bad days in my entire career, and I can name them for you. But, it's such an honor and a privilege and a delight. I want to ask you to do one thing for me as we leave tonight, and for ongoing. Think about your own personal values. Think about how you want this world to look, how you want women and gender equality, how you want some of the things that my colleagues, my esteemed colleagues, have talked about tonight, and think about how important that is to our future. And then add a mission of your own to those values. Decide you're going to work, you're going to volunteer, you're going to get one other person, as was said earlier, to go into the business of helping make this world a better place. That I would appreciate. But the very, very last thing is to live from your hearts. Everything we accomplish and all the papers we push and all that is pointless if we don't live from our hearts. And that means love one another, remember God is good, and also that equality and justice for all is what we need to be about. So thank you very, very much, YWCA, Jane, wherever Jane is, and thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, my God. I felt it fall. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.